we live? Are we doing it? We good? Hi, and welcome back to Honkai stuff. I'm Obsidian, if you didn't already know, and to explain, I feel maybe like, okay, I think maybe I should probably explain to newcomers what I'm even doing here and what's going on. So we've been doing a series for like, what, 2 months now of playing through the Elysian Realm stuff. Now this hasn't been just to do runs, though that has been a part of it. It has been for lore collection, okay? Because I'm working on some videos to kind of like piece together, like piecemeal all the lore stuff of Elysian Realm to eventually create something that explains everything, at least a little bit, in a succinct, nice way, okay? And it's taking forever. And I had elected to decide, I was like, no, I'm not going to stream the new update story stuff. Not going to happen. And that was a good decision, because when it first dropped, I spent like the better part of like 4 to 6 hours playing through everything to get all the stuff. And let me tell you, I have so much lore right now. In fact, I'm going to tell you right now, I can't show you because it's not on this computer, but I will read it to you because it's on my laptop. With everything that was open until like literally today, I've gone through all the speaking lines, okay? All of them. All of them. And I have 46 pages, 20,909 words. I know so much lore about this game right now, and I still need more. So today, this is a spoiler warning, okay? We're doing story stuff, all right? We're going to plow through story things, because I gotta unlock the rest of that stuff. I think some of it is gonna be locked until the 18th. I don't know which ones are which. I hope that my thumbnail isn't clickbait. I really hope that the title isn't clickbait. I hope that Aponia actually does leave the deep end so we can actually see her. I know that we're supposed to fight her at some point. Maybe Kalpas too, I don't know. But I don't know when that is. So this is what this is gonna be. So I guess this is your warning. If you don't want spoilers for the story of the Elysian Realm Chapter 3, then you shouldn't. You should probably just come back later when you've already done it, right? For the rest of you guys, we're just gonna start, okay? We're just gonna go right into it. We're gonna do the YouTuber thing and jump right into it, all right? Oh, there's a lot of stuff. What is all this? What the hell is this? Hold on. Okay, so they want me to go do like actual stuff. So what is our actual goal? What do you want me to do? Explore shallow sequence or the deep one time or reach the fifth floor. Okay, yeah, I can do that. You know, the question really comes up of like, what should I do, right? Difficulty wise, because I can pick anybody now. I can do whatever I want. Like I've maxed all the Valkyries. I can kind of pick whoever. What should we go with this time? Let's try. Let's boost. See, I'll boost this. Let's see. Who do I want to use this time? I think I want to use. Who have I not used in a while? I haven't used Flameskion in a while. She's pretty strong. Let's get her. We're not gonna go all the way to the end of this one anyway. So let's do melee damage increased, and we still have 5 more, so we can do SP. Yeah, let's do that. I was using Rita. I'm still not entirely sure how to use Rita, but we'll come back to that. I haven't used Flameskion in like forever. I want to see what Flameskion has nowadays. What do you got to do here? Let's give her. Yeah, I mean Raven's a good thing for that. I'd boost that, and then we can give her. Oh, there's so many options for fire DPS now. Damn. You know what? Let's get her Himiko. Let's do that. And then we're gonna go for Seating. Boom. Oh yeah, that's a good start. Let's go. So I have unlocked all the signets and everything else, all except for the new story stuff. So I don't know what's gonna come of this. I have no idea what to expect. The story has been kind of like odd, but I'm very intrigued. I have some ideas actually. I've been kind of reasoning out stuff, and I have some ideas about things that I'm very curious to see how accurate they actually are. This one. That's the one that's most important for her. Let's see. Would Vilvi's be... I don't think Vilvi's is actually very good. Kevin's. Yeah, we're gonna do Kevin's. So, here's some of the reasoning I've been thinking. I want to say that somewhere in the manga, they specified that when the final HI3rd descended, that Kevin went to the moon with 9 other, like, warriors to fight the final HI3rd. We know that not everyone died during that fight, but I suspect at least some of them did. So I was thinking about, like, okay, well, who do we know, like, went where and did what? We know that Fuhua was with him, so that's 2. We know that Sue is probably still on Earth, because there's, like, stuff in the manga of him with, like, Dr. May talking about, like, when Kevin comes back from the moon. So it's very likely that Sue was not one of the ones on the moon. We know that Sakura and Alicia were both dead. So then that just leaves us, like, one extra one to kind of account for, and I think that would be Griseo, who didn't go. I think she was either, like, already launched off on Project Arc, or they just didn't let her go because she has no memories of fighting Honkai at all, unless they just send a 10-year-old to go die on the moon. So I think they sent everyone else up there, and then the only people that we know returned were Kevin, Fuhua, Mobius, and Eden. Because Sue was already down there. And I think everyone else probably died on the moon. I think. So again, we haven't really gotten that information. I've been trying to make a lot of inferences about what we, like, kind of already know. I have some interesting ideas about the final HI3rd too. We'll have to come to that in a minute. Kevin, what do you have? Give me Elemental Breach, actually. I might just save that information, because I think that there's some very interesting things you could, like, reason out. Like, some very interesting things you could reason out about the final HI3rd and about a few other mysteries that have been kind of plaguing the community for a while. And I'm thinking, like, after I get, like, the information from this update and everything else that's been going on, that's probably one of the first things I do is, like, hey, there's some weird gaps in our knowledge here, but I think you can reason out some of it. So, that's kind of interesting. Like, let's just tease, I guess, for this. The identity of the 13th HI3rd. Alright, we got that one. That's pretty obvious. But what about the identity of the mysterious KK? The one that connects the Flame Chasers to Genshin? I have some ideas about that one. I got some things in mind. And I think there's enough information out there that we could reasonably come to some interesting conclusions. But I want to wait until I have more information about certain characters, because I need to understand how certain things work to really fully commit to that idea that I have in my head. There's a few different possibilities, but I find them all very interesting. Yep, thanks, Kevin. Give me elemental damage, thanks. You know, an interesting little, like, tidbit that I think I've gleaned from a lot of this stuff, that I'm really not even sure if they've ever mentioned it, but I don't think people from the previous era used last names. Like, at all. I don't think anybody used them. I think everyone just had, like, mononyms for some reason. Like, and part of why I think that is because when May comes to Kevin, she's like, oh yeah, you know, everyone calls you Kevin Koslana, and you have, like, progenitors or whatever. What do you think about that? And he's like, I never use this name. So, like, Kaslana's not a name that he used in the previous era, like, at all. So it's like, okay, but, like, what happened exactly? And we know that, like, later, the use of the last name, like, he started to use it later on. And then it led to some, like, weird twisting from, like, Grey Serpent and World Serpent to, like, make the mythos of the organization and everything. So it's kind of like, okay, but, like, why did he take this name on then? Like, what is that name's relevance to Kevin so much so that he would take the name on when he didn't have a name before, or, like, a last name before? I don't know. It's like one of these, like, questions that, like, gets raised when you start digging into this stuff. It's like, wait, hang on a minute. What does this actually mean? I'm not sure I know. So many interesting questions that you can get from this. One of the other ones that I thought that this update was actually going to talk about, but they haven't yet, and I'm not sure why, is there's a couple of dialogue options that you get from Sakura, where she's investigating divine keys, right? So Sakura is like, goes to Eden, she's like, hey, do you know anything about Jizo Mitama? And Eden's like, no, sorry, I don't know what that is. Which is not surprising, because Jizo Mitama wasn't made in the previous era. Though what's funny about that line, just as a general thought, is that I've seen a lot of people say that the Sakura Samsara story isn't canon. Like, everything that happens in that is not actually. But everything I've seen thus far about what we know is established lore, for the most part, does fit a lot of it into the canon. We know that, like, Sakura's stigmata was passed to Teddy after she fought a pseudo-Hersher. We know that that stigmata was affecting her brain and starting to dominate her personality. And a lot of, like, what Sakura Samsara is supposed to be is, like, inside that stigmata space, right? So it's just all this that happens inside the stigmata space that eventually leads to the creation of Jizo Mitama. And the fact that Sakura Sim references it means that, well, it has to exist then, because that means only somebody from the current era would have referenced it. Because there's no way they would have known otherwise. So that means that Sakura Samsara is canon. At least in part. In some manner of speaking, it is kind of canon. And it falls pretty much in line with what we know from the manga and everything else. So I'm like, that's kind of interesting that that's now been kind of fixed. But anyways, to get back to the point of it, so she's like asking Eden about divine keys, and then they mention that the sim version of the Seven Thunders of Retribution, which is the weapon that Raven uses, or does use on occasion, it's just takes different forms of different people, whatever, it's not important. So, like, she mentions that, like, the sim version of that weapon was shattered, like, in the Elysian Realm. So, like, there's sim versions of all the divine keys in the Elysian Realm, and then that one was shattered in some, like, confrontation with Aponia, I guess. And then later, Sakura goes to, like, she's talking with Kalpas, who's like, you want to fight Aponia? Okay, but why did you send Pardo out there? Because she's going to get, like, destroyed. She's not going to stand a chance. And so Sakura's like, well, I just got to, like, defeat Aponia to give Pardo time to find the fragments of the Seventh Thunder. So I'm like, why does she want this? Like, what is her goal? I'm not really clear on, like, what the hell that's about. Like, there's just a weird little gap of, like, the Elysian Realm story of, like, Sakura trying to track down divine keys. And I'm like, what is the point of this? Like, what are you doing, Sakura? What are you planning to do with all this stuff? And I got no idea. Your guess is as good as mine, because I thought this update was going to talk about that, and it hasn't yet. It hasn't mentioned it at all, and I'm very confused about this. Let's go for this one. Alright, we gotta get through one more floor before we can progress the story, so let's see. You know, Grizzlies might actually be more useful here. Now. Also, hi, Charlie. Welcome to the stream. Shield break might be good. Yes, hello. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, I've been digging through so much of this lore the past, like, few weeks now, and I mean, I've been collecting this information for, like, months, actually, because it's just been Like, there's over, like, 500 something lines of dialogue now, like, or maybe even 600. I think there's just an absolute crap ton of lore that I have to go through to be able to, like, create a timeline, to figure out some mysteries of things. Like, there's just a lot of work involved in that. Hence why there is now 46 pages worth of stuff, and that will be probably over 50 before the night is done. It's a lot, alright? But because of that, I know so much about, like, how the Honkai world works. But I also have other questions, too. Like, there's... As another example of, like, a really weird thing that was never explained. So, if you've read the manga, you know that they all, like, all the Flame Chasers that were alive, like Sakura... Or not Sakura, Fuqua, Kevin, and Sue, met up around the Middle Ages to, like, discuss the status of current projects. They were supposed to get in contact with Project Arc, but they never got in contact with it. Or rather, whoever's on Project Arc, probably Griseo, never got in contact with them when they were supposed to. So that project was counted as a failure. And then Sue hasn't found any answers looking through the multiverse, so they counted Project Veluca as a failure. So Kevin was like, well, everything sucks. Chio just killed our friends, so I think it's time we activate Project Sigmata. And so Sue is like, I don't agree with that on an ethical grounds, so I'm going to trap you in the Sea Aquana. And does so. And then Sue just kind of hangs out for a long time, just in the seat of Sumeru for a bit. Until he meets with Durandal, and then he passes that off to Durandal. And then he's like, well, I guess my little, like, bubble universe thing is going to sink to the bottom of the sea, and I'm going to die. Except he doesn't, and he meets with, like, this mysterious voice that's like, hey, let's play Othello, because I haven't seen a human in, like, ages, and I'll give you an answer about some stuff. And the identity of that voice is, like, never really been discussed. I don't think anybody really knows. But then this update gives us a really weird little explanation that might be related to it. Where Sue talks about, like, gazing into the abyss, and the abyss gazes back. Which, by the way, in the manga is the same quote he uses before he meets what I've referred to as the voice of the deep. Okay. And then he proceeds to tell May a story about how he was going through, like, the multiverse, and then came in contact with a multiverse version of himself, who had already taken over her own world, and, like, enveloped it in, like, this, like, whatever, philosophy. And then was seeking to spread her influence throughout the multiverse, and was trying to track him down for, like, ages. And then had he, like, stayed there, there was a very non-zero chance that he would have been taken over or something by her. And so I'm like, wait, so, like, does this mean that the voice of the deep was actually multiverse female Sue, who just, like, saved him from death just because he might have been useful? Like, what the heck is that? It raises so many questions, and I'm like, I hope they talk about that eventually. I hope they actually explain that shit, because I don't fucking have a clue. I know so much about this lore, and I can connect really weird things, but man, some of this stuff is just bizarre. It is so strange. Let's do this one. Because I think we're about to wrap up this one anyway. We're going to go over here. We done did this. It's such a bizarre thing that, like, if I had enough information to make a video, I would. But there's just not enough there to talk about. Alright, hi Pardo. Give me... What do you got? I'll take that. And... that and that. But actually, it doesn't matter, because we've already done what I needed to do. Decide later. No, quit and finalize. Yeah, give up. It's fine, because we're trying to progress the story stuff. At any rate, the sound was enough to catch someone's attention, like a heavy object being thrown from a distance. This is... Elysia, what the hell are you doing? Right then, Elysia's fingers ran through her hair and then tugged at her ears. What was that noise? Huh? What? Did you compliment my beauty? I'm flattered, but there's no need to bring it up. Elysia, I swear to God with you. What are you doing? Also, can I just say that, like, this update, Elysia is, like, the best character. Like, and only because of the scene with the horns. The best shit. Okay? It's really good. But Partafellis is, like, right under that. May leaned in slightly and grabbed both of Elysia's wrists and yanked them from her ears. I asked, what was that sound? Oh. So aggressive all of a sudden. Why are you like this? That sound, it was Vilvi. Okay, Elysia's a spaz. She kind of is. And I like Elysia a lot. She's very amusing. This was originally a workshop, but she felt it was too cramped, so she closed it. Wait, so the Golden Courtyard was originally built as a workshop for Vilvi, and then it was converted to the Golden Courtyard, which belongs to Eden, which was then converted to the Elysian Realm, which was given to Mobius. Am I understanding this correctly? Wait, hold on, is that right? I'm not sure what's gotten into her, but she went in by herself all of a sudden. Vilvi, what should I be expecting? Mechs? Probably mechs. That depends on what she's prepared. No matter the role, she's always looking to surprise someone. No, I think her actual words were, hold on, I'm gonna find it. It's in my notes somewhere. I have 46 pages, so you're gonna have to bear with me for a second. Oh god, where is Vilvi's notes? Jesus, there's so much information. Okay, there's Partafellis, Fuha, Griseo, Mobius, Cosma, Sakura, Sue. A whole bunch of information about Kalpas. Here's Vilvi. Okay, I don't think her goal, Elysia, is to surprise people, because she says outright that her goal is to trick everyone all the time because someone has done it before, so of course she can too. So, you know, I'm not sure who she's talking about that fooled everyone. I don't know what that's about. Maybe she's talking about Moth keeping Honkai a secret for so long. But I don't know. That's her real goal, in her own words. So, you know. She's made a mess of Elysian Realm before, but you'd better check yourself to make sure. Okay. Unless it has a soft touch like Klein's, I'm not interested. Roles. How many personalities does she have? It must have taken a while for her to appear in the Elysian Realm. Personalities? May, what are you saying? I know, Vilvi is being hyperbolic. Oh no, okay, so are you going to actually explain how Vilvi's, like, thing works? You don't buy it. Huh? When she first reported to the Moth, she claimed to be able to imprison the minds of others inside her. The Moths believed her and conducted many studies. When the truth came out, Mobius threw a fit. Vilvi's power is actually quite simple. She can split her mind in two. It's not even multiple personalities, really. Wait, is that what it is? But Vilvi has a habit of categorically separating what she knows, so that might be why you believed her, right? I still take any flame chaser I just met with a pinch of salt. So she doesn't have multiple personalities then? Because I've got some lists of, like, what she claimed was the case, that she absorbed the personalities of all the people next to her. So she really is just like a weirdo. Got it. Vilvi's just a fucking weirdo. Cool. It's nothing. In a way, you could call her they. I'm quite envious of that. Okay. I'm not sure if they can communicate with one another, but if they can, they'll never be lonely, right? Well, I never really feel lonely myself anyway. I don't know that I believe that. I don't know that I believe that at all. But, you know, sure. Talk to Vilvi and Helixcraft. Okay, are we actually going to talk about what the fuck Helixcraft is supposed to be? I thought it was like a Minecraft mod. What is this, Vilvi? Kalpas, why are you on the table? Why are you up there? What is this? Look at him. He's on his tiptoes too. Look at him go. He likes to feel tall. Why are you up here? This is like, I've seen so many pictures of this on Twitter, and I love it so much. Look at how goofy he is. Kalpas, buddy, are you like 4'6", and you just want to feel what it's like to talk to people at eye level? Is that what this is? Tell me about, I want to know your whole story about Sundown Alley. Tell me about this. I want to know what your perspective, we've never heard your perspective of this. Okay, what now, HI3rd? Nothing. It's just, when I saw you, I realized you never told me what life was like before joining the Moths. About Sundown Alley. Quiet. Talking about it gets people dead. And if I already know a lot already, I'm not trying to pry, just curious about the other flame chaser there. The cat? Not Pardo. Aponia. Yeah, so this, I want to know about this. Because Sakura told us that, like, the reason that she was sent to Sundown Alley was to investigate, like, you know, renegade people who had, like abandoned Moth. But then when they found out that Aponia was there, they wanted her to, like, take her back to the base because she was suspected of, like, spreading the Honkai sickness to people intentionally. And considering that everything we've known about Aponia up to this point kind of implies that she's maybe a cultist. Yeah. So I want to know about all this. I want to know about all this. What's happening? Oh. You want to take her on like Mobius? Yes, actually, I do. To be precise, she reached out to me and sent out some dangerous signals. Ha. So tell me, HI3rd, have you been disciplined? I don't like the wording of that. I know what he means, but I hate the wording of that. I don't totally understand disciplines, but from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like it. Absolutely fantastic. Ask your questions before I change my mind. If you knock her face into the dirt and break those hands of hers, I'll help any way I can. Yeah, I knew he didn't like her. He also has a really weird fascination with her hands. And I'm wondering what that's about. Because, like... Okay, so we know that Kalpas has, like, some weird, like, powers related to his heart. And that's, like, pre-stuff with Moth. And we know that later, when Moth, like, locked him up in the deep end, Elysian was like, hey, this dude's useful. So she uses Aponia to put, like, shackles over his powers. To, like, a leash, I guess, if you will. To make him, like, controllable. But, like, that can't be the only reason he hates her hands, right? Like, it's gotta be... Is there more to that? Like, is her power, like... She's a psychic. She doesn't need her hands anyway, right? But is it touch? Is that how that works? Aponia's really weird, alright? She has a lot of questions I don't understand. But this is, like, the second time he's talked about this. Lay hands. Yeah, it probably is something to that effect. Like, it probably is, because she's very religious. So, you're probably not too far off from that. There's no need for that yet. I just want to know who she is. Self-righteous, moralizing, deserving of a death. Maybe some visual cues, you know, like a porter. What good is that? Shelter staff, that's pretty annoying. Yeah, Pardo said this. Vibe check. Yeah, see, look, the vibe check thumbnail checks out, alright? I told you, I'm on top of this. My thumbnails are never clickbait, alright? I'm on top of this shit. She's vibe checking you. So apparently, okay, just to get off that topic for a second. Pardo mentions that, like, Kalpas was a porter for the Sundown Alley shelter, which is, basically just somebody who moves luggage around, I guess. I can't picture him doing this. Had she not taken in those infected, I wouldn't have. Calm down. Break my discipline. I will rip Aponia to shreds personally and show her just how foolish she's become. What it... What does he mean? Is it possible to talk to him normally now? But according to what Sakura said, Aponia was the one who took it. Aponia was the one that took in the infected. Well, I mean, she's supposed to be like a nun lady, so I guess that's kind of it. That raises a lot of questions, though. Like, breaking his discipline. I don't have enough information to talk about that yet. The hell is... Wait, there's a whole new space up here. Wait. What the hell is this? This is like... This is where HI3rd is? What the fuck? I didn't expect this was up here. I expected more cogs. His leash? I don't know. You know, when they said that Vilvi's, like, base or lab was HI3rd or something, I expected it to be more steampunky than this. This is actually more reserved than I thought. It's not how I pictured it. Okay, well, talk to me about HI3rd. What the hell does this mean? Such a spectacle. What's she trying to do? Discipline nuns? Yeah, Aponia, like, I know why they gave her the discipline, like, thing. I understand that. But I'm trying to understand, like, what she actually is. Because, again, there's a lot of, like... It's hard to tell if, like, what we know about her is bias or if it's actually true. But there's a lot of, like, very worrisome implications about what she can actually do. Especially because, like, after she becomes a mantis, she's a psychic. And that means that we already know from, like, Sue that psychics can, like, invade the minds of others. And we've seen Aponia, like, suggest through, like, speech to, like, make you act and do things that you wouldn't normally. We know that she can do that, which is very concerning, to say the very least. Especially if she's supposed to be, like, a cultist. So, I don't know. I'm not, like, again, I don't want to make any claims yet until I have more information. That's what the videos later are for, is when I actually have researched all this. Seems I have a real affinity with my audience. But today's an intermission. I already told you I'm not interested in your show. I just want to see why this place is open. Feel free to look around. It's my workshop. I'm not too into it, but a lot of great stuff is being made here. But it's your workshop, Vilvi. What do you mean that you're not into it? It's your workshop. You work here. It's made to look just like reality. In the Elysian realm, that's quite a rare thing. Okay, so I guess, like, this isn't the actual HI3rd. It's just the Elysian realm representation of HI3rd. Got it. Seems I'll be here more often and wake up with inexplicable backaches. Is that because you have big gears on your outfit? You thought I was going to talk about booba. Which is also true. If I ever edit this, I know I'm doing for that edit. Best to stay focused. Last time we were so rushed, we didn't have time for an off-camera interview. Yeah, you know, first impressions didn't work. Both ba. Boba and Booba. Both ba. I saw it on Twitter. Is what works. Better stay focused on something. Yeah, okay, we read that one. What do you think about being the second, I think the second, person to come across every signet in the Elysian realm? Every signet? You're mistaken, I haven't. How come? I deliberately made myself the last to show up. Ah, I get it now. It's Aponia. You still haven't received her discipline. Correct, but I have come across her, in a sense. Congratulations. Meeting once is more than enough. Get out of there before getting the signet of discipline. Yeah, Vilvi doesn't like Aponia at all either. She actually hates her. Like, what was very interesting is, like, we know that Kalpas doesn't like her. And we know that, like, Pardo and Sakura are very sensitive to her. because their like animal ears make them more sensitive to like her voice. I forget exactly how Pardo describes it, but it's like something to do with their animalistic traits makes them more sensitive to Aponia, and thus neither one of them like her a whole lot at all. So I'm wondering why Vilvi hates her. This is very interesting. That's the first time I've heard someone describe a signet as something to be avoided. Really? Do you think the signet of infinity is a good thing? Fair point. By my standards, Aponia is a good person, but the road to evil is sometimes paved with good intentions. It took me some time to match her level of flair for the dramatic. But what's this have to do with the signet? Is it an involuntary impulse on the psyche? I'm not sure. I don't see Aponia too often. But you seem to have a good understanding of her discipline, and since you know, it's best you be careful. Even something like don't give up hope against Honkai can get a girl killed. A simple idea can have serious implications. I wonder about that one. Pardafellis! What's up? Okay. This place finally open? Ah, are you the Vilvi I'm looking for? I'm afraid I'm not the one you're after. What's wrong, Pardo? Ugh, not again. I've been looking for her for a while now. You leave a message for me. I got everything she was looking for and left it at the usual place. She's not trying to run away from her debts, is she? Oh my. Not at all. Don't worry, Pardo. Though it can be hard to communicate, I'll try. Great. I'll leave it to you. When it's finished, send it directly to Sakura. That way I don't have to run all over. Okay, sure thing. I'll let her know. Just now you were... probably a deal with my other self. I'm not too sure. Huh. Okay. I don't know what to make of that. Vilvi is a very confusing person. And they're not giving me enough information to really make any reasonable assumptions about what's going on yet. But I mean, we're still kind of early in the story, so... yeah, this makes sense. Explore shallow sequence or deep sequence. Oh, I can do shallow sequence, just plow through this real fast, huh? I suppose we could. It would be faster. Yeah, we can do that. Let's go over here. And you know what? We will use Rita this time. So I can try to figure out what to do with Rita. Because I'm still a little shaky on the details on that one. Okay. Alicia, give me signets. I'm going to pick one at total random. Let's go this one. It don't matter anyway. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, because like Mobius talks about Cocoon members. And she says that like people are always biased against Cocoon. And that due to like the actions of others, Mobius got a bad rap because of it. And I wonder if like that was decisions by Aponia and other members of Cocoon, like Kalpas or Sakura. But she doesn't have any negative like response towards Sakura, and she's mostly intrigued on studying Kalpas, though she does view him as like a beast. So the only other people we knew who were in like Cocoon were Pardo for a day before she quit, and then Aponia. So I don't know. I'm not really sure what to make of that. Yeah, this sounds good. We only have to get to floor 5. I'm not really concerned about it. More signets. Let's go. Because we're focused on story stuff right now. I'll do actual runs towards the end of the stream. We'll worry about like actually trying hard later. Right now we're trying to figure out what the fuck is happening. Because I don't really know. Hello, Alicia. Let's get this one. Okay, what do you got? Okay, I guess we'll go Griseo again. This fine. I'm hoping that we actually unlock Aponia's signets this time, so I can really start rounding out more lore about her, because she really is like one of the bigger mysteries right now. I feel like I know more about Elysia's history than I do Aponia's. And that's saying a lot, because Elysia's stuff is kept secret on purpose. That you can kind of make some really solid inferences about what's going on with her. This one. Oh, cool. Another bonus one. Let's go for that one. And that one. Okay, let's do another Elysia signet, and we'll figure more stuff out. Vilvi is very interesting, because she's like... She has a few lines of dialogue that really strike me as strange. Because we kind of, like, get a sense of when her, like, sim was made. Because she talks about, like, there's one specific, like, granting signets one. Where she talks about the remaining 3 cities are her responsibility. But we know that the 12th HI3rd of Corruption nuked those 3 cities. And blew them all to hell. So... her sim must have been made, like, prior to the 12th HI3rd. Which makes sense, like the HI3rd of Binding happened, and then they decided to, like, construct the Elysian Realm and stuff. Before that. So that makes sense. But that also means that Vilvi might not be aware of what actually happened to Sakura. If she doesn't know about the nuking of the cities. But also she refers to, like, her show later as, her responsibility as well. So I'm like, what exactly does Vilvi count as her responsibility? Like, architectural integrity? Like, what exactly is her role? Because I know she was, like... She was in charge of building the Deep End, which was the prison on an island in the Pacific Sea. Like, the P-21, I think is what they called it. She was in charge of that. And then... I don't know. It's just a real weird shit, alright? It's strange. Oh, hey, Raven's over here. Let's talk to Raven. What you got? Come on, May. Come and beg me. A hand rests on the hilt of the sword. What am I going to beg you for? Beg you not to die later? The sass. The sass. How'd you get that dry humor from? I heard some rumors you might be interested in. Still remember Sakura's little sister? I never imagined that the reason she encountered trouble would be something so unexpected. Well, I mean, we already know this, though. What's this? Back again? Oh, we're being sucked into Aponia's thing. Okay, hi, Aponia. Alright. You interrupted me talking about Rin. Yeah, I'm on the way, Aponia. Please, walk quietly. Those stored inside me are not all friendly. What the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? What the... Does she steal people's brains? What does that mean? Is that what the voices are? Hold on, what the hell does that mean? You better explain yourself, Aponia. That's some new nonsense I haven't heard from you yet. Have you come to pay me another visit, May? Aponia, I didn't bring the pendant with me again this time. Which is to say, you could have used your own will to allow me to come at any time. You're mistaken, May. The pendant has already served its purpose. It is only through that pendant that we can communicate with each other like this. You seem to be much more clear-minded than before. Are you adapting well here? It is true. I am still able to control my thoughts and words. Aponia, bearer of the signet of discipline. I can finally speak with you like this. I think you were friendlier before, like the children I used to care for. That kind of relationship will be unnecessary. I've heard some things about you. Yes! Explain yourself, Miss Ma'am. Kalpas despises you. seems unusual. He is hardly the only one. It's no exaggeration to say that there isn't a single person who doesn't hate me. His arms are often bound, so it's only natural a day like this should come. Even more so since Kalpas was originally a beast. Who would hate being caged up more than him? What? Originally a beast? Are they gonna go through this whole thing of like Kalpas was like raised by wolves or something? Is that what this is gonna be? Because we've already seen that like that's kind of happened with part of Fellowship. I mean, she was kind of raised by cats, so. But you caged him up anyway. May, you have been to a zoo before, yes? The enclosures in a zoo aren't meant to protect the visitors. Those enclosures are there to keep the animals safe. Will you please come a little closer? As always, when she said a certain word, no one could refuse her request. Then Aponia placed her hand gently on the side of May's head. Again with the hands! Oh. You even know quite a bit about what happened at Sundown Alley. Yeah, explain that shit! After perceiving this nature, her hand flared up like a branding iron, causing the other to flinch. I only saw a part of your mind. Please, don't be afraid. This is some, like... Oh, God, brain. Figure it out. Bioshock shit. Could you kindly? Yeah, that's what this nonsense is. You should at least get my permission first. May, shouldn't you also have gotten my permission before you looked into my past? Is there any difference between what you did and what I did? Yes. Actually. I would say that there is a difference in asking other people who know you about information versus invading their mind and reading their thoughts and everything that goes on. I think there is a bit of a difference there. These are not the same things, Aponia. They're not the same. You and I are not the same. Okay? I'm not trying to blame you. You were so interested in me. I also hope that you can know more about me and my essence. What a shame. Our judgments of ourselves are always distorted. I should not mislead you further. Especially since you still don't trust me enough. Isn't that right, May? Yeah, why the hell would I trust you? You're literally forcing me to do shit and then invading my brain. Alright, before you leave, allow me to fix your collar. She did this before once as well. This time, for this visit, is just about up. I'm trying to figure out what if that means something with her. Because this is the second time now that she's messed around with May's collar, like fixed her clothes. And I'm wondering if it's like not just fixing her collar, but like an actual like psychic collar to control her kind of thing. I have no idea, and I'm just kind of shooting in the dark right now. Leave. No, wait. Okay. Yep. Bye. We know she can create shackles for people, so it's not that far off to guess here. Well, okay. I guess that's that then. Well, that's something. Okay. Can my mouse work, please? Hey, work, please. We can do remembrance vessels. Okay, do we want to learn more about who was left? Who did I still have things to explore from? I think Cosmo still had some stuff, right? Maybe. Who did I not go through yet? Oh, there's a lot of people who have stuff I don't have, but I guess I can only look at Vilvi's right now. Okay, well, let's go through Vilvi's then, and let's see what we can get from this. Alright, upgrade. Explain yourself. Vilvi is standing at the center of the workshop, surrounded by a strange machinery in operation resembling an asterism. Okay, but like... Look, I got a dumb monkey brain. I don't know what asterism means. But I gotta... Hold on. I'm gonna Google this so we can all be on the same page, okay? I have no clue what this means. Asterism definite. What does this mean? A prominent pattern or group of stars typically having a popular name but smaller than a constellation. Or a group of 3 asterisks drawing attention to the following text. So, one of those things. Hey, I'm working. Who let you in? Didn't anyone tell you to stay out in operating hours? Stay out? Looks like it's someone else. I'm sorry, I know that you invited me to visit your place. I didn't know you'd disagree. Ugh. I can totally guess who did it. A person can be too friendly. I thought she had learned her lesson the hard way. I've got to remind her again. You can communicate with one another. We share a body, so we can't hog it, can we? It's troublesome, alright. She doesn't want to come out, and we don't know when direct communication will be restored. Sounds like a high-maintenance relationship. You can say that again. We get confused ourselves. Jumping between thinkings is a blessing and a curse. It's hard to tell. As soon as she finished, the machinery stopped humming. Ah, right. This second. You can go now. Don't look at me that way, Eris, or I wouldn't have stopped to chat. Where did the blueprint go? Next, I'll try pushing the Destroy Kevin button again. You know, I get the feeling that Vilvi doesn't like Kevin too much. Her tracking technology is called the Kevin Killer. Now she's got the Destroy Kevin button again, and she joked about deleting Kevin from the Elysian Realm. I get the sense that Vilvi doesn't like Kevin too much. I wonder why that is. Alright, what else you got for me? How's it going? You need help? If you do, I'm sure you can work it out. Splitting the mind. I've learned your true ability. Oh, the situation has gotten quite grim. Don't sweat it. To keep things fresh, I used to tell every colleague a different version. Oh my god. Vilvi, why are you like this? When I became a mantis, this was the task into which I put the most thought. The result was, Mobius showed up everywhere during that time. The scariest part was she'd stare at me with glinting eyes. So, why did you conceal on purpose? Conceal? Sounds like a misunderstanding, Miss May. Think about it carefully. Down to the expression, seizing the mind of others and splitting the mind of your own? What's the difference? Why must you know the principles? You're not going to fight me. I suppose not. I'm not hostile towards you, Vilvi. I just don't have the time to solve puzzles. Okay. I'll try. Though to me, giving them what they want, but not how they want it, is more fun. You know what? I can kind of understand this. Because, like, it reminds me of the story of, like, this person got, like, this obscene, like, bill from, like, their power company or something. But it was, like, nonsense that was out of their control. But the company never specified how it needed to be paid. And so they ended up paying them, like, thousands of dollars in just pennies. Just jars, like a room full of jars full of pennies. And I feel like that's the kind of, like, petty bullshit Vilvi would do. That seems about right to me. You'd understand if you saw your own face. Splitting the mind into separate partitions. Does it sound boring? I don't think so. And they may not be the same in expression as you said. Splitting, unlike seizing, should have an upper limit. You're cute, I'll give you that. But you got it wrong. Strictly speaking, I can split it as many parts as I want. So, it's like a Horcrux then. Of course, then you'd be seeing an assortment of idiots. There's only so much mind to allocate. Yeah, that's fair. How many parts did you split into? 8, which is my current limit. I can't maintain genius level standard if there's more. Okay, so like, what are the other 8 versions of your brain then? I take it you've met a few. Yes, I've met 3 including you. Oh, you've met them all. That's a feat. All? You heard me right. As the rest of us, you can pretend they don't exist. They're kind of bad at communicating with people. Okay. Cool, I guess. You're not working this time. I need to unwind once in a while. I'm getting too old for this. You're literally a sim. You're not even, like, alive or aging. What do you even mean? You must be getting along with the other me's to be able to tell who I am at first glance. Not really, but you're the only one to give off an air of depression. Wow. That's so rude. But I don't think you can stop calling... I think you can stop calling them the other me. Splitting up the mind doesn't make you a different person, right? Someone told you, huh? I knew this was juvenile, but withholding information isn't always bad. Must I reintroduce myself? No need. I've heard your deeds. Even if you're not a flame chaser, the fact you created the divine keys is impressive enough. Yeah, I knew about this. I knew that Vilvi did this one. Sims can't be tired. They have rights. Look, they're Sims. Okay? These ain't droids in Star Wars. It seems that the Maws mostly value your thinking of a mechanic. Ah, you've heard quite a lot about me. You should have imagined having another persona do your job so you can have all the fun you want. I'm the unlucky persona. In other words, if you couldn't split the mind, the real Vilvi is the yous I've met combined. It's not that simple. As you can see, each partition specializes in an area, so changes do occur. And we joined as the engineer. The jerk splitting the mind forced everything work-related on me. Despite the complaints, you're widely regarded as outstanding. That's another matter. Emotion and responsibility are irrelevant. You can't function properly if you mix them up. That's now another time she's talked about responsibility. I wonder what that actually means to her. Unfortunately, from the 6th Divine Key onwards, I was still their maker, but I lost the leadership. Okay, so that means... Hold on. Let me pull up my list here. That means that she took the main role in designing Void Archives, Cosmic Juggernaut, the Seven Thunders of Retribution, the Unnamed Weather Satellite, the Key of Nirvana, and the Key of Creation. But from that point onwards, she wasn't necessarily as in charge. And I wonder why that is. Because, like, I mean, I get, like, they weren't really happy about her making a weather satellite or a train. Like, I get that one. The Void Archives is just like a cube. And then we don't know a whole lot about the Key of Nirvana. And the Abyss Flower is just a lance, but it splits in two. So I'm not real clear on that one. No longer in charge, the Moss didn't reach a consensus. Not quite. It's just they overgeneralized my previous attempts. Okay. What the heck is this? Faraway ship. Oh, hey, that's the second divine key. That is the train. I'm curious how the partitions allot time for body use. I don't think I've seen them all. They normally appear when necessary. You've met only 3 of them. Me, the magician, the mechanic. Anyone else? Just you 3. You said the others were bad at communicating, but you didn't say that they rarely showed up. It depends on which one it is. Though you're unlikely to run into them, it won't hurt to know who they are to avoid potential conflict. Besides the 3, the ordinary ones include the occultist and the chef. A chef? Well, I can justify that. You get the occultist part, right? She's obviously interested in alchemy, but this is where things went wrong. The potions she concocted were so delicious that they can be smelled corridors away in the base. This is bad for potions of unknown effects. Wow. That's something. Pardo was sent to emergency every time after snitching, so I had to split our culinary knowledge. That is hilarious. So, After, because Partofelis wasn't a part of, like, the moss until after the 10th Hersher. So Vilvi's just making some, like, mystery goo in her lab, and Parto's like, that smells good, I'ma eat it. That's a hell of her own creation. She should have learned her damn lesson. A real shame. You can tell the best cooking skill don't worth much. That's English. In the moss. So she appeared less and less. Which is to say, you get to decide how to split the mind. No, I'm doing all the work because she gave me the permission before going into hiding. She. Which was the extraordinary one. It was the original Vilvi who split out the magician, the mechanic, and me. Afterward, she refused to appear again without any explanation. Other than letting me do the splitting, it's like she never existed. You needn't fear the possibility of seeing her. It's been over 50,000 years. Why would she wake up now? That actually raises some good questions about this. Catnip potion. Yeah, pretty much. The last two might be invoked in the rarest cases, so you can pretend they don't exist. One of them preserved all the malice from the other partitions. Calling her a villain is like praising her kindness. Okay, so we have steampunk supervillain personality. That one's fun. Is for maintaining the stance of other partitions. Not exactly. Sometimes making a committed face, heel turn, can readily solve many problems. Don't think too hard, we humans gotta be flexible. What about the last one? That I cannot describe. She's never been activated, or none of us remember her activation. No partition, including me, know anything of it, except a code name. Kevin Killer Mark V. Again, why would this? Why just like there's so many versions of Kevin Killer, and I'm like, what the? Why? She's got like HI3rd tracking devices that do this. She's got a personality with a code name. What? Like she's like steampunk Tesla, because Tesla does the same bullshit. What is this, Vilvi? Explain yourself. I really have a lot of questions right now. Okay, so I can't do that. We have a lot of recollections to get through, but I'm not going through those right now. I will do those later. So, is there anyone else I can unlock right now? Are we still kind of stuck? Nope, can't do anything there. Let's check. It should be Kalpas should have something. Yeah, his is still locked. Yeah, I can't do his yet. Okay, so I guess we'll just continue onwards then. Go! No, I want to do the easy one. I have many questions about Vilvi. I have so many questions. Alright, let's change Valkyries again. Let's go this time for... Who have we not used in a while? Let's see. Yeah, let's do Cinti. I like Cinti. Cinti's fun. I'll give you physical support, and you know what? This isn't going to be useful for you, but I'm gonna add Pardo anyway. And then I'm gonna give you Goose. New difficulty unlocked. That's fine. I really want to know more about Vilvi. I really do, because I don't know what her deal is. She's such an odd one. She's like, if Tesla was not as pissy and was more into steampunk, that's kind of what she is. Alright, give me this one. The illusion one. And then... No, I don't think I really want any of those. Let's go... I want Mobius because I can summon a thing. Or Alicia. That's cool too. I don't know why I'm trying to think about this through, and I'm only going to go to floor 5 and then end it. I have no idea why I'm doing that. The stream might go a little longer. I'm noticing we're only like... We're halfway through the time already. We might go a little longer than expected, but I mean, that's kind of expected for this. It's going to take a bit. I had hoped it would be a little shorter, but let's go for as much as we can get done. Let's see this one. Oh, cool. Another Elysia one. I'll take that. This is a good run. It's a shame that I'm not going to finish it. Let's go. Oh, I already killed. They're dead. I killed them. I did that. Let's see. Let's do this one. What's next? Yeah, I don't really need those. I don't really need it. I'm just gonna surf as fast as I can. Look at how fast she goes. I love that she does that. The surfboard thing is so funny. It made me giggle as much as like when they first introduced her for a reason. I was like, you just get a motorcycle now. Honkai on motorcycles. There we go. Had to do the guitar. We have to do that for our meme queen. Yep, thanks, Kevin. Give me that one. That one right there. And give me this one. What do we got? I'll just go to Parta, and then I'll move on to the next one, then we'll end it. And progress the story further. I'm gonna learn things. Yep, not worried about that. Sure, Griseo. It doesn't matter. I'm literally gonna like leave. It's fine. Yep, okay. Quit and finalize. Yep, give up. That's fine. I'm not worried about doing actual stuff, okay? I'm just trying to progress. Alright, Elysia. You got some explaining to do, Miss Ma'am. Hi, mate. Come on, don't act like you can't see me. Oh, your complexion. You don't look so good. Let's take it easy and do something fun. How about that? I mean, yes. I will do something fun. Let's go. If I don't hurry now, I'm afraid I won't ever be able to leave here. You mean you're worried if you stay here for too long, it won't be able to bear leaving me? You know, if your signet really is called the signet of ego, I get it. Alright, I'll admit that it's hard to be upset when you're around. Oh, look at her. She's being a sin today. Elysia, there's something I want to talk to you about, and it's urgent. It's about Aponia. You're asking about other people again. What do you want to know? Show me that in 10 days I will die by her hand. If what she said is true, then I only have about 4 days left. Something so important. You should have told me earlier, May. I wouldn't even bother with such nonsense if it weren't for some strange things that happened. But judging from your reaction, I should believe her, right? Yes. I don't know why this has happened, but this must be Aponia's prophecy. Prophecy. That's true. Someone told me that she can see the future. The future that Aponia sees is written in stone. Even Aponia herself can only see the future, but has no power to change it. She has tried to change the future more than anyone else. May, are you preparing to do something dangerous? I mean, knowing May, probably. No, she has already made her judgment. What you are preparing to do isn't that important. So this isn't a metaphor or an exaggeration. Impossible. I don't believe in destiny, unless it is something unusual that happens only in the Elysian realm. But that's just how it is, May. The first time she mentioned her problem to me, she seemed even more exhausted than you do now. We have known each other for a long time. She would only reveal how helpless she felt to me. Again, okay, but how long is a long time, though? Because we don't know jack diddly squat about your, like, pre-moth days. So, how long are we talking about here? Like what you mean, Elysia? At that time, a member locked away in the deep end was about to be added to Cocoon. Aponia saw him in trouble on his very first mission. So... Kalpas? The only people we know who were in the deep end was Aponia, Kalpas, and Mobius, and maybe Cosma. Maybe. If it is Cosma, he never specified he was in Cocoon at any point. But it would kind of make some sense if this is hinting to what I think it's hinting at. So she used her own ways to force that person to stay in the deep end. Then what happened? Well, you could probably guess. What kind of people are down in the deep end? Just when the time of his foretold death was approaching, a riot broke out in the deep end. He had no way to defend himself. In the end, the prophecy came true through other means. Okay, so that's not... That wouldn't be Cosma then. Which means... Okay, so if it's a he... If it's somebody that we know... Could be Ato. Griseo's dad. Why he would be locked up in Deep End? I don't know, but... That's the only other guy we know about who possibly was there, because Dystopia wouldn't have been there. And Blanca wasn't there, so... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that is. This is just one example. This has happened many times. It might not be anybody. Regardless of how foolproof the plan to stop it is, as long as Aponia has seen it happen, then it will absolutely occur. Up until now, her prophecies have never been wrong, so, May, you must be careful. From the looks of things, it doesn't seem like my being careful will solve the problem. But, even though the situation is hopeless, I can't just sit around and wait for death. Having confidence is good. Okay, I will help you ask Aponia about this. Although she has never done this before, I'm praying that she is just playing a joke on a successor. No, I don't think she's the joking type, Alicia. After all, she rarely tells the specific time she has seen her prophecy will come true. And May, if you can, why don't you stay with me for a little while longer? I'm being serious. Elysia being serious for once. That's concerning. She's never serious. She's always a derp. She's always a derp. She's never serious. I'll unlock Vilvi's thing about Aponia 1. Okay, so we just don't have that yet. Okay, then I guess we're gonna go over here. Alright, doing this again, I suppose. Okay, quick start. This one. I'll use Cynthia again. We'll get through it real quick. Real quick, real fast. Gonna do stuff. We'll figure it out. I'm really hoping we actually see Aponia for once. Like, I'm hoping she actually leaves the deep end. I'm just gonna pick whatever. It doesn't actually matter. This one. I don't even care what it is. Just pick one. Whatever's in the middle, that's what we're gonna go for this time, because it really doesn't matter. Yep, everything's dead. See? Look at that. Look at how little that mattered. Look at how little that choice matters. Yep, give me this. Whatever this one is. Let's go. It doesn't matter. Let's go. We're gonna rush through it. This is gonna infuriate people who actually want me to do anything of any value. Look, I'm not even gonna apologize for this, alright? I got story to collect, okay? We're here for lore. This is a deep dive, alright? Yep. Give me whatever this one is. Doesn't matter. This one. I got no clue what's happening. We're just rapid fire in this mess. Whose floor is this? I don't even know. Let's go. I have questions that need answering. You can't just hide this stuff from me. I need to know. Yep, okay, let's pick this one. Hi, Sakura. Didn't expect to see you again. Yep, give me whatever this one is. Yep. And this one. And then this. Gib. I want to see more lore. We're trying to rush to the lore stuff. This is important. Alright. Hurry up. Come on. I'll kill you with Yata. They cut it off! You can't cut off the Yatas. I'm so upset. You can't do that. That's rude. Alright, then this one. Okay, we good? We're on floor 6 now? Yes. Okay, quit and finalize. Yep, give up. We're good. Okay, next story stuff. Let's go. Alright, what has you? Oh, we got a few people. Okay, let's talk to Grizz. Hey, you, let's talk. Don't. Why don't you call me something else? I'm not that old yet. Okay, Mom. Hey, look, Charlie, it's us. It's how I always talk to you, just to mess with you. Okay, Mom. You two have made fast progress. Looks like you found an opportunity to mock me. I have no idea why she's referring to me this way. It's because she has spent too much time with children. Alright, Griseo and I were just talking about the monsters we encountered in the studio. Never imagined they were also her paintings. That's right, May. It looks like me again. That's terrible. I don't want to paint something that people will have trouble accepting. Raven, people like you, okay? Don't be so tsundere. You should always be wary about the amount of time you spend with her. Also, wait, you mean those monsters were created by Griseo after she was influenced by other people? Well, just a disclaimer. I'm not responsible for whether this is true or not, but she only starts painting when she is contaminated by something. Which is to say, she takes the colors that others leave behind and paints them on paper. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. How would it differ from a regular work of art? It's just rumors, but I've heard that although her art can be easily destroyed, it has some sort of effect on the minds of those who see it. And whatever the effect is will be determined by who she was last with. That's what Eden told me. I heard that art that Griseo did after spending some time with Kalpas brought the whole city to the brink of destruction from internal chaos. Really? So since the Elysian realm is a space constructed by people's minds, she can create lifelike monsters here. That's right. But they aren't all monsters. To be more accurate, they are the manifestation of a person's self-perception. We've seen those before. We've seen those before. They likely belong to Cosma. You see, now that's interesting. Because the monsters we fought resembled the Sky People monsters. And then that's supposed to be Cosma's self-perception? Huh. I wonder if there's any connection to that yet that we just don't know yet. That's really weird. It was no easy feat for him to tame his inner monster. If that's the case, I'm eager to see what Griseo will paint next. But is it okay for us to be talking about these things in front of her? Why not? Are you really treating her like a kid? At the end of the day, she is a flame chaser. She's probably been through more than either of us can imagine. I suppose that's fair. I have so many questions about Griseo. There's so many. And man, look at Cosma. Look at him. He's just having he's just small. He's a small little being. You're so tiny. You're so small. And also, May is a lot shorter than I thought. Alright, let's talk over here, Sue. So, he really doesn't know. So, he really doesn't know. Forget it. Maybe that's it. If we had been present, perhaps Ren wouldn't have... Huh? So, okay, that's an interesting thing to state here, because we know that Kalpas also has regrets about what happened to Sakura, and he wasn't there either. So now we know that neither Sue nor Cosmo were there as well. So we're learning a lot about Rin all of a sudden. But why? Please continue. I don't think that I would interrupt you. Don't worry, we have plenty of time to mull things over. The taciturn youth nodded his head and turned away. Whatever troubles your heart is growing heavier, visitor. That's why I'm here. Sue, we once talked about the psychic mantises. You said you were one of many. And some people have suddenly gained something close to superpowers. That's right. But most abilities are unnoticeable. In fact, the changes most people undergo are too subtle to be classified. Also, becoming a psychic mantis member will always cause a person's cognition to experience imperceptible distortions. Okay. Many people could have shined on the battlefield. Many people who could have shined on the battlefield were hampered by their psychological states. They were unable to continue this kind of work and even began to oppose humanity. Then Sue, was there anyone that could also predict the future among these psychic mantises? Visitor, it seems like you have already met Aponia. Strictly speaking, I haven't seen her. It's more like a constant dream. Yes. I also have the habit of using fantastical dimensions to communicate with people. This may be a shared trait among psychics. Okay. Did she interpret something that she has seen to you? What she's seen? Yeah, it's just that I don't know if I can trust her. You've mentioned being able to foresee things. Is it similar to what Aponia can do? My foresight is based upon the progress of the past and the personality of the person involved. It's just like the adage, history repeats itself. Once conditions are met and in place, to me, the ending is already inevitable. What Aponia sees is different. She can come into contact with another person and see beyond reality. Sorry, it's difficult for me to explain. I hope this analogy will help you understand. Silence in conversation can express what the speaker is trying to say more than the words. The breath your skin understands, the breath of your skin understands your life better than your consciousness. Through the sound of joints, the flow of air, and the expression of genes, we can easily read one's life as long as we understand this language. We all have some understanding about observation and interpretation, but Aponia, she was born with the heaven's eye. What she says aren't assumptions, but the reality that appears before her eyes. Before she understands the principles, she already mastered how to apply them. And then becoming a mantis only enhanced this blessing, or perhaps it is a curse. But even so, these kinds of things she can predict are too broad. If someone really has this kind of ability, then you are basically saying that humans have never possessed free will. Is it possible that it's just an illusion? You know what's funny? Is I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos lately, and I've watched quite a few about this exact topic of like free will is a myth and everything is an illusion, we all live in the Matrix kind of thing. It's just kind of funny that this is also tying back into that. Completely unrelated. Since the psychic mantis has the power to influence other people's cognition, perhaps the future that she sees is only an incident caused by that influence and what that influence suggests. This is actually probably closer to what I would expect, right? Like, maybe Aponia's powers work, and this is going to be such a specific reference, but whatever. It probably works like how Prescience works in Dune, where by viewing the future, you also create it. Right? So for Aponia, viewing the future creates that future. In a sense. Maybe that's how this works. I think May's maybe sort of getting to that. Kinda. Perhaps even a regular person could make this happen with proper planning and preparation. The crux of the matter is, Aponia is certainly the best psychic mantis among us. But the ability to guide the future is absolutely not something a human can achieve. Which means that you think she's telling the truth. Perhaps no one has the answer to what the nature of Aponia's ability is. But if we are merely puppets controlled by destiny, then she is a puppet too. Which is not all that different from what we've already seen mentioned about it. The only difference is that she can see the strings that bind everyone. That's all. Okay. That's a lot to unpack there. That's a lot of info. I'm gonna have to go back over that with like a fine-tooth comb later. That's a lot of information. Can I do anything about this yet? No, I can't. I'll have to read Vilvi's stuff later. I don't know if I can read through all that on stream right now. Alright, let's go back to this. We'll do it again. And we're going to, again, plow through these things to get through it. So let's try to mull through that. So, Sue... I don't really understand how Sue describes his own power to see the future. He understands the past and all the histories that came before, and that makes it easier for him to predict the future. So it's like perfect, perfect extrapolation is maybe how I would describe what Sue says his power is like. By a vast variety of knowledge of the past and how that works, or understanding people's minds and habits, he can perfectly predict how they will behave in the future and what they may be talking about. Something to that effect. Whereas Aponia sees the ties that bind people. And whatever that actually ends up being. I guess. They used a lot of words to explain that, so I'm like gonna have to really get through that later. That's gonna require some very careful rewording, especially if I'm gonna make a video trying to explain this nonsense. Because it's a lot of... They did the same thing when they were trying to explain how like the multiverse works. They give you this really long, drawn-out explanation that's really complicated. And I'm like, you know, I kind of want you just to get to the point. All the thingies and yeah, pretty much. It's confusing, all right? Like, what do I have to do with that information? That's a lot to unpack. I don't quite know what to do with that. I really don't know. That's real strange. Gave me this. I'm still trying to figure out why Cosma's inner demons, if you will. Like, why they look like the Sky People machines. Thingyception, yeah. Yep, thanks, Kalpas. Give me this thing. Give me this thing. Yep, let's go over here. This is Alicia's one, I guess. So we're going to pick that one. Wait. Aishan, what the heck is... Wait, hold on. What the heck is this? Now I do it to you. How dare you? How dare you send me messages on my stream like this? I will fight you, Insane. I didn't realize that's what that was. How dare? How dare you? I see you. I see you, my dude. We're gonna have a fight. We're gonna fight. It's payback for yesterday. Look, I was just goofing on you. I was just goofing. Okay, I was just doing a goof. All right, it's fine. I was doing stuff. You were doing stuff. We were bothering each other. It was funny. It was great. All right, it was a good time. All in good jest. Okay, now that that's done, talk to Klein about healing. Okay, so Klein can explain this to me. Klein, you can give me straight answers. I hope. Okay, come hither, you. Where are you? God, you are so far away. Look at how small Klein is. Klein's so tiny. Oh, no, it's about Can. Meow. Strange. Seeing that Can was alarmed and shrinking away, Klein bent down. She pulled out a few noodles from a box and held them out in front of her. They got the gender wrong on that. Because I know Klein's a girl. Come over here. An incredibly effective attempt. Can ran off and completely vanished. Klein, cats have no interest in instant noodles. Really? I've never interacted with animals much. I've also never imagined that you would suddenly have time for things like this. Now, this is part of my work. That cat is strange, so perhaps I can do some research. I rarely bumped into it before. You mean can? Yeah. Based on my data, this cat appeared when Pardaphilus' sim entered the Elysian realm. But she likely did not have a feline pet in the real world. Well, that's by her own admission, we already know that. So you're saying this cat never existed in the real world? Yes, we already know that. Pard already told us. I'm not certain yet. However, there have already been many similar situations. Wait, there have been? The Elysian realm is constructed from memories, and memories are highly subjective. So many things in this realm are more similar to how they look like in the subjective knowledge of the people with those memories than what they look like in real life. Sure. Someone mentioned that the deep end here and the real world are completely different. Yes, that is another example of this phenomenon. This feline creature is the only life form I have seen created this way. Ah, a test subject. Can you handle this for me? Klein lifted up his box or her box of food. This, sorry, when it comes to this kind of food, I have the same opinion as that of Can. Well, that's funny. Huh. Okay. Well, that's an interesting little tidbit of info we just got there. Have I unlocked anybody else, or is it just Vilvi stuff? Okay, well, I guess it's just this then. What else we gotta do? Clear into the deep. Oh, so we're doing like an actual thing now. Hold on, let's go over here. Is this? Yes, it's an actual thing now. Right? Maybe? Or not. We'll just do this until it tells me what to do. Please can find your... Okay, so then, like, let me do that then? Oh, here we go. Alright, let's go for... Let's give you and you. We'll give you the regular sigil, because I probably won't need a whole lot, and we will give... You know, I'll give you Bella this time. I don't use Bella often enough. I always default to Klein. Alright, what do we got? Okay, Alicia, give me... that one. I wonder if we'll get to fight Kalpas. I really do wonder if we'll get to fight him. I hope so. I think that'd be really fun. Oh my god, I should have moved the Kiana support around. We'll pick Kevin. Cabin. Pick Cabin. Yeah, that should be not a problem at all. It should be fine. I kind of wish they'd let me use my own, like, my own version of HI3rd Thunder, but I guess this is just like, hey, do the thing. You'll be fine. Yeah, thanks, Cabin. Give me total damage. Alright. More Cabin. I got this. We might read some of Vilvi's stuff later. We might not actually do a serious run on this week. We might wait until we're down to like the last little bits of info. Okay. Come on now. I gotta break things. Bonk. Making progress. Gonna do stuff. So I did come across a very interesting little tidbit of info. At first I was like, maybe it was just Kalpas who wasn't like explaining things correctly. So May goes to Kalpas and she's like, hey, how many HI3rds have you managed to kill? And he counts all of his fingers and toes. And he doesn't have an exact number. But there's only 14, right? So how would he be able to fight multiple HI3rds? like way more than we would have been able to deal with, especially when he didn't even join Moth until like way later anyway. And I think I now understand the answer, which is Mobius was working on HI3rd corpses in secret for a long time, and I wonder if she managed to like sort of reanimate them for the purposes of like her research, and Kalpas was able to fight them as like things to do, you know, like weird mutant HI3rd test subjects. I wonder. It's something that's kind of suggested that might be the case, but it's not really clear. I do wonder. Let's go for just whatever, Kevin. All right, what's next? Come on now. Why did I put Kiana's thing up there? God. Don't do that. That's very annoying. I'll pick Pardo this time. Okay, what's going on in this floor? Anything useful? Let's go. Come on, my dudes. We gotta get through this for the story. We got things to see. Dragon. Give me the dragon. Insane, I see you messaging me. I see this. You put that little cabbage on my screen. Somehow I've become used to this feeling. Okay, we're getting drawn into the deep end again. May died. May has fallen into the river of Lego City. Okay. Alright, Aponia. Once again, let's talk. You have grown calm, May. Please, come to me once more. So she definitely uses keywords to draw people in. If you're as sincere as you say you are, don't use the word please with me again. What? I notice what you're doing, Aponia. Whenever you say that word, you're trying to exert influence over my mind, right? It's something like hypnosis, and also quite difficult to resist. Even if I can tell that something is amiss, I still can't refuse you. You certainly live up to your reputation as the greatest psychic mantis. So much time has passed, and yet you still prefer to judge me with such malice. I mean, you literally are trying to control her mind. I think that's probably deserving of a little bit of malice. When it comes to judging, the Elysian Room has taught me enough. But this power far surpasses my imagination. That pendant, the necklace that you speak of, is for enhancing this ability, isn't it? Once my will is at your mercy, it served its purpose, just as you said. Looks like you don't plan on defending yourself. Of course. I have been misunderstood so many times. What is once more? May, it seems that you have investigated about me quite deeply. Indeed. No one denies your judgment of destiny. Although I can't understand it, the reason I would use to refute you also doesn't carry enough weight. Is that so? Then, could you please come closer? You're doing it again, no. Her judgment was correct, but it did not necessarily prove helpful. As always, Aponia put her hand on May's hair. Occasionally, I can be stubborn too. Forgive me this once. Oh. Not only did you get so far in your investigation, you also came up with a plan to resist. Well done, May. So it seems like... Okay. I have to go back and check this. But it seems like her ability to read people's minds and thoughts is entirely dependent on physical contact. She can influence you through her, like, broader, like, you know, whatever. Her voice can influence you. So if you can't hear her or whatever, she shouldn't be able to influence you. Because why else would Sakura and Pardafellis be sensitive to it? And then she can read your thoughts by making physical contact. That seems to be the case here. How perceptive. I was almost able to see what happened when you and that girl were together. I didn't mean to. So, you wish to change the destiny I have seen. I wanted to, but now I have prepared another plan. Do you think a plan that has been revealed is meaningless? Don't worry, May. Go ahead and do it. This is also what a person has to go through to grow. What a person has to go through? Yeah. It doesn't matter if it were you, me, or someone else. Anyone who's learned the authenticity of fate would attempt to change it. It's such a shame. Why does it have to end like that? When you finally come to understand that you cannot defy it, it'll already be time for you to leave. Just do whatever you planned. If doing so allows you to have a nice delusion that you did not wait around for death. It's not a delusion, Aponia. However, I truly do want to see you again. Before this, you've always avoided my questions. Now I want to hear it from you. Can you really do that? There's no need for doubt, May. I can see destiny, and usually, I can see all its details. It cannot be changed. If it could, I would have been able to stop so many things from happening long ago. You know, this might be kind of what Sue means by, like, the innate nature of his observing the future means he can't change it. That his observing it is a part of that future. It's already set in stone by the time he observes it. It's kind of interesting. It is a bit of like a Schrodinger's cat kind of situation where, like, until it's observed, you don't know whether it actually is one way or the other, but the moment you observe it, it collapses into the singular reality. It's probably something like that. Alright, I understand. Are you trying to tell if I'm lying based on my words and expressions? May, no one can tell when I lie. Expression. That's right, but not your expression today. Just wait for the day when I defy it. You'll remember this confident answer you gave me today. The look on your face when that happens is what I really want to see. You know, I feel like Raven was right. That the Elysian Realm has really given May some venom. You have such vigor. Then I'll be looking forward to it. Please. It's fine if you don't want to hear that word. Well, good luck. I hope that next time we meet, things will be different. It's just the same as before. There were no problems returning here. Why is Aponia so special in the Elysian Realm? She must be hiding something. Well, she was one of the people that helped create it. So there is that. And you need a Psychic Mantis to add or update Sims in the realm. So, probably something to do with that. I hate that ASMR whispering in my ear. I really hate that. Really, really hate that. Stop it. Get some help. Okay, so talk to Raven in the lounge. Okay, Raven, I hope you have some possible explanations for this nonsense. Hi, May. You look so comfortable. You don't look like a guest at all. Can't help it. People like us who have no home must learn to treat a place, or any place, like home. Alright. I know you have something serious to discuss, so let's skip the idle chatter. So, how did the conversation between you and that discipline go? I feel like they meant to put, like, disciple there or something, but I'm not really sure. Everyone believes that it's true. Yeah, I also asked Eden for you, and the answer was similar. So, you have to believe it, right? I want to acknowledge the existence of destiny. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come here. This has nothing to do with what I've seen. So what are you going to do? Or rather, what can you do? Let's hurry and go meet someone else. True or not, this won't hurt. No need. I still firmly believe that the prophecy she told me is limited to the Elysian Realm. Only in this artificially woven world can destiny play out based on a certain prophecy. Since that's the case, what if I reverse my thinking? Meaning what exactly? You found a way. You have seen Kalpas in the Elysian Realm, right? At the time, what did you experience? Does she bring back those painful memories? I don't think he is a flame chaser at all. He's more like the most terrifying monster in the Elysian Realm. If it weren't for the intuition I've developed over the years, I'm afraid I would have suffered greatly. Yes, Kalpas did mention to me that he was the final trial here. And, as far as I know, only he and Mobius have caused the death of a successor. Wait, he killed somebody? I mean, he did kind of hint at this. Like, he did sort of say, like, it almost seemed like he said that they lost the will to live. I don't know that he actually killed them, though. Then I've really dodged a bullet. Oh, is this the solution you came up with? That's right. The prophecy Aponia gave was, I will die in 10 days. That's why I'm curious. What would happen if I faced an inevitable death before that? For this, I must challenge Kalpas. Yo! Are we gonna fight him? Are we gonna fight him? Oh, I hope so. I hope so. I really hope we can fight him now. That's very exciting. Like, I seriously hope that that's the case. Because I've been wanting to fight Kalpas for ages, man. Alright, let's go to that. Okay, so that's just, I can do whatever. Easy one, this. Yep, let's go. I want to fight Kalpas, let's go. That would be super rad to, like, end stream on. Let's see. Let's do this. What I choose doesn't matter. We just have to get to floor 5. Let's go. Hey, look, we're going to choose our own signets. That's a thing. Senti gets Fuhua signets. She gets old-timer signets. Good times. I hadn't even thought about that until, like, literally now. You think that after months of this being out, I would have considered it at some point? No. Bringo. Brr. Don't think about stuff. Yep, thanks, Fuhua. Let's get this. Let's go, Kevin. Come on. I want to see. I want to fight Kalpas. I want to see if I can actually do this today. Come on. We've been at this for almost 2 hours. I assumed I would have made more progress on this. Yep, let's do that. Insane, why? Why? Whisper, whisper, whisper. Yes, I see you whisper, whisper, whispering in my chats. You troll. I see you. I see you. I will have my revenge. Obsidian will not forget this. I'll have you know. Obsidian will remember this. Yeah, I mean, I did, but also, as I have jokingly said many a time, I'm a content creator. We never take personal responsibility for our actions. Can't do that. So it's your fault now, and I will have my revenge. I only learn from the best. You know what? I can't deny that one. This is definitely true. Yep, thanks, Kevin. Alright, give me this thing. Okay, come on, hush. Give me that. And let's go over here. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, we gotta get through this floor. Come on. I want to see more story stuff. I need some water. My throat's getting a little dry. So, I've been giving some thoughts to Grisea. And I'm curious if she doesn't also technically classify as a psychic. So hear me out on this. When you unlock a lot of her, like, stuff, she paints May a painting, right? The painting was intended to make May happy. And it's a painting of a moon. And the moon is a really important symbol in this game because it's almost always connected to Kiana. Like, entirely. So when this whole update starts, they all reference how, like, well, you just met with Kiana, and now you're happy again. I haven't seen this happy in ages. And the only time we reference, like, May's happiness is with a painting of a moon. So I'm like, does Griseo in her own way perceive like psychic stuff? I wonder about that. It's kind of bizarre, but I'm not really clear on how her powers work. So who knows? I'll just pick this one. Griseo is a very interesting character, and there's so much about her that like could go certain ways, and I'm like, I don't feel like I know enough yet to say for sure. Like I want to say, like I want to like maybe reason it out, but at the moment in time, I don't have enough information to like confidently say for sure, which is a little frustrating. Kalpas, why are you hanging out on the desk again? Why are you doing that, buddy? Buddy, we gotta have a chat about this. Oh, Hirsch, are you? Kalpas, please get over here. Hersher. What, did you get the wrong person? No, I learned this from you, Kalpas. Haven't you been bluffing like this all the time? This is not a new tactic. I've seen many small animals try to scare off unnatural enemies using similar techniques. Yo, she's intentionally pissing him off. Let's go. Oh, man. I'm curious how this works. You think this is a bluff. Alright, alright. His final tone was drowned out by the shattering sound, and it was as though the distance between the two did not exist. In the blink of an eye, the man's right fist had already grazed the side of May's face. She raised her blade just in time to deflect this heavy attack, but the aftershock was enough to push her back, leaving 2 long marks along the ground. That's right. It's this kind of power. Before you provoke me, have you prepared your funeral yet, Hersher? No need for that. My only preparation is to plan what I will do next if you disappoint me. Yo, I like this cockiness. I like this. This is funny. Oh, by the way, you once said you were the final trial. There was a time when there was no one alive in the Elysian realm. This isn't you bragging again, is it? Try and see for yourself. That's what I intend to do. There are always exceptions, and I consider myself one of them. Well then, Kalpas, now you should understand that this is an invitation to battle. Surely you have the guts to battle a successor, right? I love this. I love this personality for we never see her talk like this. And here I was thinking how you weren't that annoying, but you want to get yourself killed now. I won't show mercy no matter what. Of course I know. Now holding back is how you show your respect. Otherwise you wouldn't bear the signet of decimation. And I wouldn't have come looking for you. Alright then, as you wish. I haven't personally killed a Hersher for far too long. Go. I'll give you enough time to come up with 100 ways to save your own life. And then die fully convinced. Very good. Easier than expected. Where? Right here? Here. Too fragile. Maybe it matches you, but it's beneath me. Yo! Yo, I'm excited! Let's go! Hersher, go as far as you can to the deepest part of the realm. Even if you must crawl, you have to crawl there. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be worthy of dying at my hands. The killing grounds they prepared for me at the beginning, a part of the deep end, can be used for your burial. Hell yeah. Let's go. This is what I wanted right here. This is the juicy, meaty stew I wanted to get to today. This is what I absolutely wanted. Alright, and we got a free trial, so let's try to boost her up as much as we can. Okay. A lightning buff. And... let's see. Elemental buff. Let's do boosting Elysia's signets. And Klein. Let's go. This is the stew. 17. Wow, they want to get through the whole floors, huh? May, why do you suddenly look you are determined to die? And don't give me that you got it right look. It worries me. Well, don't worry, Alicia. I won't die. Probably. Let's do basic attack first. Damn it, I should have put that one second. Why don't I do that? Come on! Load! I want to fight Kalpas! Let me in! Alright. So, we want to boost her ult, which is going to do a lot of damage, and we want to boost her lightning stuff. So, definitely Eden and Kevin. May does use her weapon action, so Vilvi would be kind of good. I don't know how Kalpas works yet as a fight. So, I don't know how that works. But we're going to find out. I need to start, like, really examining how I behave in this, so I can see which ones I need to actually focus on the most. Yep, thanks, Kevin. Give me boosting total damage. Alright, Alicia's Signet, as always. Choosing this as we need them. Like, it's fine. Like, we'll be fine. Kalpas can't be, like, that bad, right? Surely he can't be that bad. Oh, I'm so excited. We're definitely going overtime today. I wouldn't be able to wait till tomorrow to do this. I'd be doing it on my own time if I didn't do it now. Yep, thanks, Alicia. Let's give me this one. Let's see. Yes, Eden I definitely want. And I should be able to get 2 from her, and then... Owen, I would fight you and distract you not to. Yeah, exactly. I have to do this today. It's important that I do this now. Alright, I need you guys to, like, go away, please. Look, I have a dragon, alright? I have a dragon. You gotta fear the dragon. I'm so curious. I've seen pictures of what this fight is like, and I'm so interested in seeing, like, how it actually works. I've only seen, like, little snippets. I don't know much about the fight itself, really. Alright, let's go for... restoring SP. And... SP boosting total damage. I mean... I don't know what type Kalpas is supposed to be. So I don't know if type countering would actually help me or not. Let's reset this floor. Alright, well, Kevin's helpful, so we'll go to Kevin. Man, I'm so not sure how this is gonna go. I mean, I'm sure I'll be able to deal with him, but I really don't have a clue how this is gonna plan out. Okay, where... Oh, come on. Yeah, let's see. Do weapon action. Bonk. She uses a lot of combo attacks, and I think Cosmos stuff does boost that. Yep, thanks, Kevin. Let's boost elemental damage. That's what I like to see. Anything good here? A little bit, but I'm going to go to Pardo first. I'm going to try to buy some of these things as I can so I can be more mindful of the choices I make. Alright, what do you have, Pardo? Give me... Let's see here. Well, definitely buying this. Elemental Breach. Sounds good. Okay, we can't get any more from that, so we're going to leave it be. I guess now we should be able to pick Eden and get some stuff from her. Probably, because I want to get that lightning boost for sure. I definitely want that. Because we have to make Mei as like strong as we can make her to be fully prepared for this fight. Even if it is like a lower difficulty from what I'm kind of used to doing. But I don't use HI3rd Thunder very often, so. I hope I get more Elysian signets, because that would be really helpful. Or maybe they'll do what they've done before, where Elysia just shows up and she'll give me everything I need. Alright. Hi, Eden. Give me this. Give me this. And give me that one. Alright, so now we don't need to pick Eden anymore because I can just buy her stuff at Pardo's shop. Pardo's going to be a good buff. I think that'll be good to have her around. I would hope I could get more than one signet from her. I wish I'd bought more. But whatever, you do what you can. Alright, Benaris, time to go. Meet your successor. Yeah, see, this is the line I was talking about. Aponia isn't a bad person, but I can't handle her. I bet Sakura feels the same. Her words are magic, and we happen to grow an extra pair of ears. So there's something about how Aponia speaks that affects you, but if you hear more of it, it's like more potent or whatever. That seems to be the idea here, which is interesting. Let's see. Boosting that sounds like a good idea. Okay, what do you have for me this time? Nothing I need, so we're going to go over here to Pardo's shop again. And I'm really curious what's going to happen. Okay, Pardo, what you got for me? Okay, well that'd be nice. Elemental damage increased. Some of these aren't particularly helpful. I'll buy that too. Pardo again. I can always buy Kevin signets later. Man, this area is so pretty. I like these a lot. I don't get to like go to these areas enough. I'm hoping that like they'll finally unlock it once I fight Kalpas. Let's see what happens. Okay, Pardo, give me that one. Yeah, 3 for the same flame chaser. Now I should be able to buy your stuff at the shop if I see it. Okay. I'm gonna reset that. Cabin. Man, I'm getting kind of hungry. Man, Grisea's place is so cool looking. Like, I really like the way Grisea's like whole little realm thing looks. Yep, give me all this. Go away. Let's do this. We're not having too much resistance yet. I think we're doing a pretty balanced run so far. It's not too bad. Oh, we're fighting the Post-Honkai sea monsters now. I'm seriously wondering about these things, though. I have so many questions about this. I wonder what we'll find. This really is just like a, you know what I probably could have called this stream? Fuck around and find out. That's what this stream could have been called. Maybe I'll rename it for better searchability later. Let's see. Yeah, it won't do physical damage anyway. That's really not helpful. Alright, this is definitely helpful. Stars, Deliverance, Helix. Yeah, see, now I'll get Kevin stuff that might be helpful, but I think I'll go for Grisea's, actually. Just in case we can get as many of, like, the Nexus signets as we can. Oh, is this the boss? Lady Mercia. Alright, well, time to get them. I like the new bosses. I appreciate the variety, because Elysian Realm was definitely missing some of that for a while. Alright, now let's see how far I can do this. Let's go! It didn't quite help. And it's dead. Nice. Alright, let's go for Ultimate Taints Enemies. I think in this instance, we should put off Pardos until the next floor. Then we can buy all we need to. We're getting closer. You know what these areas kind of remind me of? In more ways than one, it reminds me of Gravity Rush. Like, I know they put, like, the harmonica stuff in there because that's, like, Cosmo's thing. But that's also a very prominent, like, instrument to be used in Gravity Rush's soundtrack for some stuff. Especially for the areas that look like this, where they're kind of like the memory zones. So I find that kind of interesting. Okay. Alright, let's do that one. Okay, Grizz, thank you for this. Okay, who we got here? Okay, I can ignore all those. Now we can go to the shop. This place is just, it's very pretty. I really like the way this place looks. Okay, let's go for Kevin, Arya, rend, physical and elemental damage. Then we can upgrade. Upgrade this. And you know what? I don't think we've done all of Cosma stuff yet, so we're gonna go for Cosma. I'm gonna try to get as many of these signets as I can. This is the idea here, is to use part of his stuff to boost my ability to get as many of these signets as possible. Which is a pretty good strategy, I think. Let's go! I'm so excited. The anticipation's killing me. Let's go. Breaking apart the stupid imaginary monsters who really annoy me. And bonk. Alright, off to killing them again. Wait, are these the new enemies? I think these, yeah, these might be the new ones. Yeah, these are the new ones. New imaginary types that are unique to the realm. These guys are really strange. Let's keep going with the ult. We really are just popping that off real fast, aren't we? Break this apart, please. I really hate that we didn't get a whole lot of Elysian signets for this. That's kind of a regret for this run, but I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. Would have been helpful, but we're going to try to boost out everyone else as much as we can. Rand lasts 5 seconds longer. Time challenge successful. Let's do ultimate inflicts Rend. And then we'll get his special signet. Alright, so now we've done that. That's all we can do. Let's go, let's go. We just got the boss and then Kalpas. Alright, who's going to be on this floor? Shell Dolente. This is a whole new boss? Huh. This is new. Okay. They're kind of like invincible? Wait, how are they? Wait, how is that working? That's kind of nice, but also, what the hell? This is a really weird boss. This is a very strange boss. I don't know what to make of that. That's really weird. Okay, can we group them all together? That would be very helpful, actually. Alright, let's do it again. More dragon. I was expecting, like, 2 new bosses for this, but I'm very excited at the prospect of this. Okay, for real, this boss is kind of obnoxious as hell. Like, they can't be, like, healing itself, right? Like, it can't be doing that. It's just a lot of them. Oh, I killed it. I guess I just had to kill one. This new portal is indeed an area that I've never seen before. This is also the place that Kalpas used as the final trial. One part of the deep end. This is certainly a windfall, but... the flame chaser that sees combat as everything, one of the most powerful fighters of the previous era. If there is indeed a gap between us, then this is also an opportunity to see it clearly. Alright. Well then. Let's go, Kalpas. Let's go, boy! Let's go! I'm ready. I'm ready. I am prepared. Let's fight, my dude. New song. Too slow, Hirsch. Hey, I took enough time. I was worried that you might need more time to warm up. After all, you haven't fought against a HI3rd of the next era. Maybe it'll be a bit different from what you imagine. Oh, will it be even easier? How long do you want to keep up this charade? They all say I'm crazy, but no one takes me for a fool. Whatever your purpose is, I don't care. Now, the deep end you've set your sights on is here. You got what you wanted. It's time to pay the price. Yeah, I know what it is that you want. I also know that you've been long waiting for this moment. I like his evil laugh. My anger has been neglected for too long. Far too long. Since you wanted to reappear in this place, then try to take it on to the best of your ability. Damn straight. Enough chatter. Bring it on! Let's go. Inward or outward, kill. Alright, my dude. Well, he's tall. Wait, what? I thought he was, like, small. He got big. Beg for mercy, HI3rd, but I will not grant it. I don't need your thing. Talking big before a HI3rd will not end well. Let's go, my dude. I'm ready to fight you. Squirm for me or die. Do it! Bruh, I have a dragon. I literally have a dragon. Yo, he is so into this. Are the peels in the sky already satisfied you? I'll teach you what really makes thunder fearsome. Yo, I'm loving this trash talk. Perish. Let's go. Dude, this music is a bop, though. Congratulations, HI3rd. You've given your all and finally proved yourself worthy to be killed. But this is not a battle. This is a hunt. Yo, he becomes like Devil Man. Now, give your all and try to survive. Hell yeah. This is rad. Let's go. Come on, boy. Let's do it. I'm ready. He shoots completely. Is this his Honkai reaction or another power? I don't know, but I'll take care of it. I'm not worried. Before a HI3rd, you stand before Kalpas. Alright. In Frenzy, Kalpas unleashes calamities, which finish with throws to deal high damage. Okay. Dude, listen to this music, though. This is a bop. This is good. I like this. Use Domain of Sanctions weapon action, Rise and Cleave, or throws to remove calamities and end Kalpas' frenzy. Alternatively, you can build up rhyme trauma or evade repeatedly to make Kalpas miss every hit temporarily to end his frenzy. Or I'll just do what I always do and brute force it. Come on, Kalpas. What's up, dude? Let's go. I literally have a dragon. Like, literally have a dragon. You enact destruction with such puny powers. I'm gonna kick your ass, Kalpas. Come at me. I'm ready, man. Destroy me or watch me destroy everything. Bro, I can just keep summoning my dragon. You understand how, like, I can just keep doing this? Let's go, buddy. I'm ready to see your final phase. Let's go. This the best you can do? Is this really the final trial? Come on. This is it. I feel your urge to kill. Face me, coward. Avenge me. Let me break a blade at its sharpest. Let me lay waste to everything. Into flames. In the phase, Kalpas enters frenzy, spreads flames of wrath everywhere, and cannot be interrupted. He's unstoppable in this form. Try your best to survive and wait for opportunities patiently. I can hurt him, right? Come, HI3rd, join me in the inferno. Show me. Who will be cremated first? Oh, there's a throw. Whoa, that throw did a lot of damage. Ow, that did a lot. His power incredible. He can't sustain it. Oh, this is scripted. I can't die. Run. All your refuges will be burned to ash. He does do a lot of damage for that. I just gotta, like... Oh, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm impending doom. I'm your demise. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so he does a lot of damage in that phase, but I feel like part of that is scripted. I'm not really clear. Look at him, though. He became the Human Torch. Ha. What's so funny? And this is all you've got. You remind me of the first HI3rd tore apart. She died too fast for me to enjoy myself or to despair. Is this the 4th or 5th? I can't remember anymore. And it doesn't matter. So, I'll give you another chance to say your last words. In other words, you're not going to stop. Too late. You should have came to me if you shouldn't have come to me if you wanted to stop here. For me, things have to have an end, and there is only one way to do it. Last words. I'll say them one day, but not now. Very well. After today, you and this place will cease to exist. Let's see who will be the last one standing. Kalpas, show me the truth behind how no one survives. Show it to me. The true face of destiny. The air became piping hot again. Everything was evaporating and scorching. It was hard to breathe. Kalpas raised his hand, and if he lands this hit, she will definitely be destroyed. It's impossible to evade. Then, now's the time. I've defied your destiny, Aponia. Come forth! However, there was no response. No words. Not even a flicker of memory. Why? What went wrong? There was no accident. There was no one who can help. Did I make the wrong decision? No. Even so, now is not the time. If destiny defy destiny, then I will do it myself. She clenched her weapon again, but she did not have absolute confidence in the death trap she had created for herself. In this moment, she began to see the past she had once cut off, scene by scene. This is how it's like when people die? That's right, May. Experiencing death, this is also part of your destiny. Only now can you truly understand how heavy it can be. Finally, we can witness each other's existence in the same state of mind. Without suffering, despair, you will not believe it can be defied, or cannot be defied. That is all. The destined time is yet to come. This time, you need to tidy up your clothes yourself. The familiar exhortation is only in the past, and it can only be heard from the depths of that surreal dark prison. It's you. Sure enough, my judgment wasn't wrong. As long as I stage something like this, you won't watch from the sidelines. Aponia, it's you again. Get lost! Ah, you were here too. Can you please move off somewhere? I want to speak to May alone. Don't even think about it. Aponia, you wish to die again? Kalpas. The man abruptly approached May. His aura didn't falter at all. There was still unextinguished flames on his shoulders. There will not be a next time, HI3rd. The man looked at Aponia again, and seemed to have something to say, but only grunted coldly and slowly walked away. But until his figure completely disappeared, the boiling temperature did not ease away in the slightest. I hadn't seen Kalpas in a while, but he had grown more and more obedient. It's okay. Do not be afraid. Can I get a biblically accurate Aponia? Be not afraid. God, I hope that could happen. I guess I am an artist. I could make it happen myself. He said that many times before. We can move on. But it'll be this hot as long as he's around. Is that okay? Noticing the line of sight directed towards her collar, May remembered Aponia's habit and took a step back. Don't bother. I don't feel that hot. Besides, adapting to this temperature is also an ability I should have. Is that so? But it's not good for the body. Let's move to a more suitable place to talk. Chop chop on the... I will get to it, okay? Just not right now. Close your eyes first, okay? It's okay. As long as I'm still here, no one can hurt you. But The suspicious look on her face did not fade, but as usual, she soon felt the touch of slender fingers on her eyelids. It's like this again. Before this, it might be a little uncomfortable at first. Bear with it for now, and it'll be fine soon. Wait, you... Within these walls, we have found civilization. Okay, this is what I wanted to see here. Only when we stop can we peek into the future. Come, give me your hand. With discipline, there's no need for words. Okay, I want to know about that statue thing. Alright, we gotta know about that. Because I have some ideas. And I've been waiting for answers for a while now. So. Alright, open your eyes. We're back in a safe place. What did you just do to me? Don't be afraid. What you just received was the signet of discipline. It's not the same discipline they mentioned before. But, wait. Huh. However, the sense of loss in her body that had come out of nowhere couldn't be ignored, and the one in front of her is clearly aware of this. Don't worry. No matter what becomes of you, I will look after you, just as I have others. That's discipline. The way to get it is to lose. But this is not special. You have done it before, I can feel it. Enough, Aponia. I have proven that your prophecy is not without flaws. But, if I appeared there, is that also part of destiny? It's unreasonable. Would you mind if I told you a story? Yes! Just tell me a tale. Regale me with the legends of the past, okay? Tell me some things. It's what Vilvi once told me, and I've kept it in my heart all these years. It's the story of an astrologer, famous for her ability to predict the future. One day, she predicted her own death that would happen many years later, and she made her prophecy known. As a result, on that day, nothing happened to her. So to protect her reputation, she climbed to the rooftop before midnight and took her own life. So, was her prophecy about herself fulfilled or not? I don't want to waste my time on such illogical questions. But this is the destiny we all despise. Trust me. My experience in this area far surpasses the ordinary. I'm able to see every moment of the future in detail. Okay. I saw your current struggle, and I saw my own arrival. All my actions are just guided by the strings of fate. At the mercy of fate, I can only act desperately. You want to say that when you do something, it's not out of your own will, but because it should happen. You're quick to understand, May. Unfortunately, I was forced to gain this new perspective on time, and lost all expectations of causality. But, according to Elysia, you can change the process. Since you asked, does this mean you're starting to believe what I have seen? I never meant it that way. This is just the premise of a hypothesis. Your persistence is similar to mine back then. You're right, but how can I bear to do that? Just like how initially, freedom inevitably leads to evil thoughts. Things don't always turn in the right direction. I have personally tried to change the doomed fate of some. It only made them more miserable when the end came. At least now, if I know that your death will be peaceful, why should I change it? You know there's no way I'll believe that. That's fine. I spent too long waiting. I am well aware of the weakness and futility of ideals. Furthermore, this is an ambiguous, incomprehensible fog between us, or there is. I also hope that you can always stay true to your will. So May, prepare yourself. I look forward to that day. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Well, Elysia, what do you have to say about this? It's the first time you've reacted this way after seeing me. I truly didn't expect that you would come out of it by yourself. I've been waiting here, ready to save you from Kalpas. You already knew? Having seen that look on your face when you left, of course I had to figure out what happened. May, I care about you far more than you think. Thank you. But in my original plan... Wait. Alicia, you were certain you could stop me from dying at the hands of Kalpas. Of course. This kind of thing... Haven't we already done it before many times? I must say, it's really troublesome. You must never provoke him like this in the future. Although Kalpas is docile most of the time, when provoked, he is straightforward, stubborn, and hard to persuade. I understand. Regardless of the process, the result will not change. Aponia, are you trying to prove this to me? Okay, well, I guess we're all caught up now? Kinda? Oh, I can unlock more stuff from Alicia. And we can unlock Aponia's memories. You finally come out of that place. Okay, so let's do some learning together. Time to learn plot. Is this not what you wanted? Since our first meeting, have I not satisfied your every need? While under your control, your guards are high. In order for us to continue communicating, please calm down. You. Look, May, I do not have to rely on the dark space or the pendant to make a request. I chose to meet you there because I feel more comfortable at home. We aren't communicating. It's been one-sided so far. People can only communicate when they are willing to understand each other. It is a lengthy process, so I took the liberty to skip it. I will try to avoid doing so, however. I need to prove something for once. So, is this one of your abilities? Have you not realized, in your memory, I see Sue explained it to you. Before I became a mantis, I had discovered my gift for convincing others. Perhaps the metamorph surgery only reinforced this trait. I think I see why you're ranked 3rd. This is a dangerous trait. Such is the irony and contradiction of things. I gained the power to see fate, but lost the right to expect. Yet at the same time, I could heal the hearts of others to some extent. I could change everything except for the end that mattered the most to me. Discipline, perhaps despair, is a more fitting name. Okay. What else you got to tell me? I heard about what happened at Sundown Alley. You're one of the 2 flame chasers taken from there. True. I was born and raised there. Until the moths identified me as a criminal, I had never left there. I suppose you already know why. Because you gathered and sheltered the carriers, they thought you had an ulterior motive. That was their excuse. How else could they justify detaining me? An excuse? Was that really an accident? May, I was not born with the power to see the future. There was a time I was manipulated by others. And those poor people, they were weary and pained. I only wanted to do whatever I could to bring them peace. But if the moths claimed that you were the instigator of the Honkai disease incident to detain you, why would they do this? I do not know. They interrogated me at great length in many ways. Their oblique response suggested they thought I knew the secret of the moth's core. But I knew nothing of it. Are you telling the truth? Perhaps an average woman who appeared then and there was suspicious and dangerous in her own right. From a different angle, they were right. Whatever my intent was, I triggered that incident. After confirming I could not provide any useful information, they sent me to the surgery center. To erase the insider, or wanting me to survive and serve them. Anyhow, the moths lost the power to confine me. And the reason I chose to stay was complicated. I needed time to properly consider Alicia's offer. Okay. May, do you dislike the pendant I gave you? I have not seen you wear it. Of course. I don't want to get sucked into that dark space again. The deep end. You locked yourself up there for a long time after joining the Moths. Was it necessary, or unlike the other flame chasers, you don't care about the state of affairs? My abilities frightened my companions, but did little to the soulless Honkai beasts. I believed I was better at handling trivial matters than fighting. We needed a leader like Kevin, but also someone to hold the weak's hands, telling them everything would be okay when all hope was lost. The weak. I'm pretty sure the people imprisoned there were mostly felons. The nefarious were not the only ones. You cannot imagine how many of them were heroes once. She's probably referring to Cosma. Were heroes once. May, you and I, we are the lucky ones. Most people deserving of hero status lost everything because of resisting once. Some were maimed and could not care for themselves. Some became monsters and could never walk in the sun again. That sounds more like Cosma. The rest were unable to let go of their loss and consequently turned on humanity. The place was thick with despairs rather than sins. As for the true sinners, I realized long after that some hearts were not meant to be saved. That was why I insisted on staying there. I could reach out to the sinners, but I could at least endure... Or I couldn't reach out to the sinners, but I could at least endure their evil for the masses. The conversation suddenly turned difficult. To apologize for spoiling the mood, I will give you a new gift for our meeting. This is a statue I made. Nothing special. I used to enjoy making gifts for others, and they came in varieties. So this is something she actually crafted. Why does it look like the Will of Honkai, though? Came in varieties. This was your hobby. I may be better at it than you think. In fact, every flame chaser wears an accessory I made. You can guess what they are. May, I know you see me as a plotter who dwells in the darkest corner. I felt bored, so I eventually learned a few crafts. It is a shame that I rarely get a chance to make them. Okay. I still don't trust you at all. Like, at all. You look baffled, May. I exist to endure. You may speak freely. I'm just wondering, why did everyone believe in your ability without knowing what it really was? Is it not the same for you? No one can weave a perfect lie. The essence of this ability eluded me, others even more so. But what's your vision really like? It can't be specific imagery, right? Does Sue not provide a fine answer? The string, he said, was not a metaphor, but the truth. In my eyes, all living beings, even the dead, are hanging on strings, unable to act on their own. Tangled threads, uneven stripes, flickering candlelight. I can use as many metaphors to describe what I see, but I cannot explain more. You know what this actually could be? I learned of a concept recently where in like quantum mechanics, okay, you can plot a person's entire existence on like a graph, right? It's like space and time and you know, whatever. So you can like basically create a line that follows a person's every decision and movement through space-time in like a cone, because like it can't go outside the cone because of the speed of light and stuff, because if it did, it would like break time and space and shit, right? So you could take every person and like basically chart them along this like world line graph in a sense. So what Aponia might see is like some equivalency to this, that she sees the world line thread of fate that connects all people along this timeline. Or, I guess in context of this universe where the multiverse is like an imaginary tree, she might actually see the branches of the tree and where everyone falls along that line. Or maybe like the world lines within each branch as they connect to the branch that they're currently in. That might be more accurate to understand what is actually happening as she sees the timeline. But as far as we know, the branch of the imaginary tree isn't actually fully grown out yet. It continues to grow as time progresses. Or, no, because the leaves are the universes. But, you know, actually, if the branch on the imaginary tree is the timeline, then the leaves are just sections of that timeline. Which would explain why some of them fall off and die, but you can still see them because we saw, like, you know, we saw stuff in the main story, right, with Seely and Bronya in the Sea of Quanta. That was the previous era when Sakura died. So, I guess, man, the multiverse is weird. I've got, like, a bunch of notes about how the multiverse works, and I still don't fully understand how, like, to explain it. It's so bizarre. It's very, very weird. But all I was to say is, I think that, like, Aponia probably sees, like, the threads that make up the branches of the imaginary tree. When I began to see, I did not understand what I saw. The colors and roots of the strings, I gradually came to realize that they were patterns. What they represented became clear once I took the later happenings into account. It just took time. Rest assured that I will sever it myself. It's fine. Please try all you want. Accepting the truth takes time, and I'm no exception. You've doubted your power. We want to believe the future is uncertain, May. Maybe it's best for you not to see me as a perpetual outcast. You assume the mind is a toy to me, but I, too, wait in line when shopping for discounted items. You know, waiting in line at the grocery store is not the kind of, like, analogy I expected from Aponia. That's kind of thrown me off a bit. But what troubled me the most at the time was not the truth. Did you know that in all the patterns of the strings, one's end was the easiest to discern, and the first thing I learned to predict? It was on this premise that I slowly learned what my vision signified. Like a story once said, I wanted to explore their lives, but had to face their deaths first. Okay. You said you tried to uphold the morals of the masses through disciplining for some time. Why did you stop? I did not stop. Only I no longer placed my last hopes on it. May, have you ever seen someone who is truly free? They will not be bent by reality, and their desires are always fulfilled. Their freedom is absolute. I don't think so. It's too unrealistic. I have. She tried to influence others arbitrarily. She led them to the seemingly right path, but they always ended in destruction. As a result, she became an unmatched evil who instilled fear in all who knew her. She's talking about Elysia. That's absolutely Elysia. That has to be about Elysia. This is not an isolated case. Even when one enjoys minimal freedom, their first reaction is to commit evil. You're an advocate of human nature being evil. Man errs so long as he strives. There are no exceptions. Of course, it is not all negative. Freedom is initially manifested as a bad thought, but at some point during doing evil, it inclines to goodness. I cannot explain, but it is what I have perceived. My discipline exists solely to protect them. Few can reach the good end. Most are destroyed while committing evil, whether by themselves or others. For the sake of their welfare, it is better for them to be unfree. Do you not agree? I don't agree with you on this at all, actually, Aponia. But at the same time, you've deprived them of their future possibilities. That is the job of the Pathfinders. My concern is how to send the weak off to sleep. Those who would never have reached the end, rather than watching their souls struggle in the dark, I can help them live a life at the start. But your thinking changed. Yes. The boundaries of morality are ever changing, and there is no such thing as a perfect standard. No matter how thought out and well-meaning my restrictions are, they can still lead to disastrous consequences. I made many mistakes of the kind. I even caused a tragedy, you know. I finally realized that human nature cannot be changed, much like the strings I see. The more I restrain it, the more it wants out. Was the absolutely free person you mentioned a flame chaser? I must concede that person is me. Okay, so you're not talking about Elysia, but you kind of are talking about Elysia. Cause yeah. Like, she's talking about herself, but, like, you could apply that to Elysia, I feel like. Like, absolutely could. Alright, so we gotta unlock Vilvi's thing. Alright, let's see about upgrading this one. So even though I've met every sim, you still wouldn't reveal the meaning of your signet. Oh, time really flies, doesn't it? Okay, since you're great and everything, but... Her gaze slowly drifted up to the Crimson Horns again. Forget it, you've had your share. But it felt magical! I want to feel them some more. Elysia, I swear to God. I have an idea. Didn't I let you touch my ears in return for touching your horns? I like playing fair. How about you take your turn and I'll tell you. Aw, pretty please. I won't let you down. You better not broadcast this again. Oh no. I think this will do. How was it? Am I more bashful than you imagine? Dude, they're just feeding this, like, shipping of Elysia and May so hard. They're feeding this. Get serious. I should add the latter half, but you're even more bashful than I am. Alright, the answer is, I can't tell you yet. You? Don't stare at me like that. The premise was false to begin with. You haven't met all the Sims yet. Wait, we haven't? What do you mean? There are other Sims beside the Flame Chasers. Not really. There's only 13 of us, but you haven't learned the whole truth either. A maiden can't reveal her secret at once. But I can assure you that based on how well we know each other, you're just inches away from the answer. I'm waiting for you to reach the bottom of my heart. Okay. Explain yourself, Elysia. I mean, I have my theories, but I don't want to talk about that yet until I know for sure. See, okay, we can't do that one yet. Okay, oh, I was just looking at this one. Hers is kind of pretty. I actually kind of like the way that looks. All right, Vilvi, can I do your thing yet? No. What about Kalpas? Can I do your thing yet? Yes. Stop. Huh? Where did you get that? What are you talking about? Following his gaze, May noticed the weapon she acquired in her exploration. It was a standard issue dagger that exuded grimness and a space fabricated by consciousness. It has something to do with you? Everything that can be seen in this space is inextricably linked to the Flame Chasers, but these two have nothing in common. You answer me first, HI3rd. I came across it in the realm, much the same as everything else. I put it away because I suspect it has something to do with Flame Chasers, and no, it's not from the real world. That'd be more interesting. Save it. It suits you. It can bring you useless luck the next time you challenge me. In other words, it did belong to you. It was your weapon. My weapons don't last. They're too fragile compared to me. Capiche? It's my adjutant's. He assassinated me many times with that dagger. Huh. Assassinate? She looked at the dagger again, doubtfully. What? This toy can't hurt me. So he came up with other ways. How Emil tried to kill me was entertaining. It's him, but is this really why you appointed him your adjutant? I thought it was just an excuse. Do I look like I need excuses? Besides, if there were other reasons, why would I tell you? Fair. Okay. So many questions. Just so many. Okay. Partophelus, let's go. Alright. May, what do you usually do outside of the realm? Me? Doing missions, gathering intel, that sort of thing. Eh? Isn't that basically what you're doing in the realm? I'm asking what you do outside of work, like your hobbies. Why are you asking this? Oh, I was just wondering what I'd do when peace is really restored. I guess you would just laze around and sleep all day. I guess that's true. But sometimes I wonder if I weren't born there. If I didn't live in an era of war and disaster, would I dream bigger? And? I wouldn't. After all, who can say how another life would turn out? All I know is that the life I have now is pretty good. If I had to say what kind of life I want, it would be the kind of life where every day I have food to eat when I wake up and can enjoy some sunshine after I eat. Meow. Oh, of course. I will bring Can along. Do you want to come too, May? I'll think it over. And then at night, we'll sneak into everyone's rooms. I'll pass on that. You don't have to worry about food or clothing. Do you really need to stock up? You got a point. Old habit, I suppose. Okay, can I actually level you up to max here? Here, take this, May. It's a key to a treasure chest. This seems highly suspicious, but tell me your price. This one is free. A gift for you. For me, isn't this a key to your treasure? It is, but I don't meet the conditions to open it. You mean it's buried in reality? Pardo, you do realize that ancient and modern maps are totally different, right? I know that. It's just that I have this beautiful hope, a romantic dream. If the day ever comes that this treasure is unearthed, it would be the legacy of Pardofelis. The first handlebar I picked up, my first gold coin, and that can with Eden's picture on it. Oh, that stuff has got to be worth some money. That's your treasure? Heh. Not exactly priceless goods, I suppose. But I hope that if there ever comes a day when this box is discovered, people will still recognize what they are. Or, at least they would know that even in those times, there were still people who had happy days and pleasant dreams. Don't worry, May. With my good luck, you'll definitely find my treasures. This key is generated by memories. This key generated by memories shouldn't be able to leave the Elysian realm. That's a shame. I guess I'll have to look at the rest of your stuff later, Pardo. Okay, can I do more with you? No. Okay, I think I just have to, like, go through a few more runs to talk to some people, and then it'll be fine. What is this? What is this telling me I gotta go do? What is all this mess? What are you yelling at me for? What is that? What does that mean? Okay, but let's go to my collection, because I definitely have some stuff I need to, like, check through. We have many things I need to get, so... We need to get Vilvi's, like, thing about Aponia. Which I don't know if we're going to get that anytime soon. So we have all of this stuff. And then we have all of Kevin's things, which we should definitely already have. Alicia's stuff. Which we now have Pristine Memory 9. Aiden didn't have anything new. I think Kalpas had some new stuff, like Sundown Alley. Yep, see that one. Sue, did you have anything new? Oh, yeah, I think they, like, messed this one up. I don't know why this one's here. Sakura, About Discipline. So there's a few we haven't... Oh, God. I didn't mean to click this. Mobius, I didn't want to talk to you right now. I don't think Phil has got anything new. I think we got all of Klein's stuff. Yeah, we got a few things, but I think I can get that on my own time. So, we are very much an hour over time, but this has been fun. I like going through this. I don't think I'm going to do, like, too many of these kinds of, like, story-based Elysian Realm streams, because this stuff takes a long time to get through. Like, to collect all this information, to do everything, like, it takes forever. But I promise that I am going to, like, go back through all this information. I'm going to compile it in my document. And then eventually, I'm going to make videos that summarize the lore as the best of my ability to piece it together, because it requires a lot of cross-referencing, not just between like this, but there's also like the remembrances or the recollections over here, like or over there, I guess. It requires like coordinating that to make a timeline, making sure all this stuff is put in its proper place, combining that with like what we already had from the main timeline and from the manga, and I gotta find sources for all that, and then, you know, it's kind of a pain in the neck. I basically could just create the wiki page for it, but obviously I'm not gonna do that. So instead, I'll make videos for YouTube. So look out for that inevitably. Maybe we'll do this in a few days when they update the rest of it, and we can see the fight with Aponia, maybe? Who knows? Who knows? All I know is I gotta get food. So, liked what I strum? Like, comment, sub, bell, all that nonsense. You know the drill. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.